Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be BabySwiss and SilverLeaf as a Midrank Madness game on Crimson Court. Bottom left, it's going to be Red Terran spinning Dragon Ball portrait. And it's going to be SilverLeaf. Top right, it's going to be a blue Zerg. It is BabySwiss, son of the Swiss, with a spinning Hyper 1 portrait. Yes, this is on the old patch. And it is a mid-rank Madness game, which just means that it is gold, platinum, or diamond level. The replay was sent to SniperMonkey at the email address in the description with the subject of Midrank Madness. He didn't get any for the last couple of weeks, so if you want me to cast your Midrank Madness replay, send it to SniperMonkey. He is happy to get them. He likes watching them and letting know which ones are good to cast. Thanks again, Sniper. I do appreciate your diligent screening. And here we go. No proxies, just a barracks here at 16 supply here from SilverLeaf. And looks like it's a hatch first here, yeah, from BabySwiss. Have I cast BabySwiss playing Zerg before? I know I've cast him Protoss and Terran, but I think this is the first time casting him playing Zerg. Have we settled on Zerg, or are we just playing random here? I do not know. If you have the answer, BabySwiss or the Swiss, and you're watching, let me know in the comments, and I will read them. So, just an examination of what's going on in the middle of the ladder, right? It's a neglected place for being cast. So, Crimson Court, right? So, to access this side or this side, you have to either mine through these mineral walls or break down some debris, right? Mine through, break down debris, or drop, right? So, it's an interesting map. It's no longer in the map pool, but we will see how these two Midrank Madness players handle it. All right, so extractor pool. Fully saturating the gas here. Excellent stuff here. We got an expansion after racks into a factory. And yeah, in Midrank Madness, the first 3 minutes are pretty much on spot, right? Pretty much on target. But as Sun Tzu says, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. And SilverLeaf is going to be the enemy here because he knows he needs to harass Zerg into the early game and in the mid game to have a hope of defeating them in the late game, right? An unharassed Zerg is an incredibly powerful Zerg. So this Reaper, there we go, harassing. So controlling these lings, especially at Midrank Madness, takes away control from macro, right? BabySwiss is not making anything right now. 400 minerals, 450 minerals. And just metabolic boost in the production tab, laying down a creep tumor, 570, 600, and then making some drones, right? Right. It is a high-level skill when you can make drones and make army units and inject all the while chasing a Reaper around that's trying to block your third hatch. And, oh, he does get the drone. And he's got 3 kills here. Excellent job here. Hopping up into the main base. And then down again. Metabolic boost is not done. Oh my gosh. 4 kills for this Reaper. 5 kills for this Reaper. Following in the tradition of Keanu Reaps from a long time ago of my StarCraft 2 casting. Wow. And maybe he can get 6? Oh my gosh. 6 kills. Yes. 6 kills indeed. 2 drones. And 4 lings for this Reaper that is still alive. SilverLeaf. SilverLeaf, that is a super, super excellent open here. Are you going to upgrade your command center? You did it in your main. Upgrade your command center, dude. There we go. Upgrading it to an orbital command. 800 floating minerals here from BabySwiss. Yeah, I can feel your frustration here. I would feel frustrated too in your shoes. So, what do we do with 1,000 minerals? Throw down... drones, a lair, a baneling nest, very good, a roach warren, ooh, so maybe roachling bane here for the early to mid game here from BabySwiss. All right, so we did mine through this mineral wall so we can throw down a 4th base. We've got ourselves Hellions. What is up? What is up, Hellions? Everything is a-okay here. Filling the bunker, excellent job. And Terran do not need to mine down this mineral wall to get this base, right? Because we just need to make a command center here, float it up and land it. This Overlord says, are we trying to do that? Good scouting. And a 5th base down the right side. Okay, BabySwiss, feeling a little bit confident. Are we? Fusion Core. Fusion Core at 5 minutes? Is this the tech lab? Are we going to go battle cruisers? Here's SilverLeaf. Oh my goodness. Could be interesting. There are only 2 queens here. You need 5 queens to defeat a battle cruiser that jumps inside of your main base. Okay, so Fusion Core here. Yes, and then a battle cruiser. Holy cow. Why does it? Oh, there we go. Battle cruiser, Yamato. How many queens do we have? 2. 2 more on the way. Okay. All right. Could be interesting. Could definitely be that. Creep spreading. Good. Injecting all over the place. Ah, Ling's getting roasted up by these Hellions. This is what we're looking at. Fantastical. Okay, so if you can get away with these bases, this is pretty good stuff from BabySwiss, right? Got the double Evo chambers here, throwing up. Boom, 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 boom. 1-1 on those suckers. Yeah, so Hellions and a battle cruiser. Is he waiting for a second one? All right, waiting for another battle cruiser here possibly, or are we just moving out? Looks like we're moving out here from the battle cruiser. And no battle cruiser in the production tab here, so I think when you make Yamato, you need to make more than 1 battle cruiser, right, to get value out of it. Double armory, and it's going to be mech, as we all know at this point. So, how does BabySwiss handle mech? We will have to see, dude. Holy cow. Okay, 3rd base is a planetary. Usually 4th is a planetary, but I guess when you're meching, you're A-okay. The guy's getting building armor at 7 minutes. What the heck? This is very weird stuff out of SilverLeaf, but that's what we like to see in these games, right? We like to see games where players are doing weird stuff and then see how the enemy handles it, right? Hydroden getting fired up. Roaches, yes, against these Hellbats. Roaches, no against this battle cruiser. Battle cruiser going to help win this battle. All of the Hellbats do go down. Nicely done. And the queens come to fight it. There are 4 of them. You need 5 in general. With good transfuses, maybe 4 can work. Good transfuses. Yamato wipes out one of the queens. Only 3 remain. Transfuses are good. Where are the rest of your queens? That's it. We only have 3 here. Microing that one back. Very good. Extra hits are good. Any transfuses available on these queens? Oh, like I said, you need the 5th queen in order to do this. This guy's going to get all... Oh, my gosh. He's going to get 4 roaches and 4 queens on this battle cruiser with the Yamato. Blue Flame is coming in here, too, from BabySwiss. Ay, caramba. 1 battle cruiser can be such a problem in the Midrank Madness and a lower level of StarCraft. This Viking's picking off Overlords. This battle cruiser should probably jump home now, and it does very intelligently. Silverwolf. Look at him jumping home. He gets his 12 kills, calls it a day. Wow, this is bad. 1,600 to 900 losses here. It's almost a 2-to-1 ratio of losses for our guy, BabySwiss. Not a great start from him. Another battle cruiser is on the way. What we need here, basically we saw Yamato, right? So basically that means we need corruptors. We just do. If there are 2 battle cruisers coming, we need corruptors. Fighting them with queens is going to be super duper hard. There are 5 of them, but 2 battle cruisers is much harder to deal with than just 1. This is not a 1 battle cruiser rush by any stretch. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 3. We need a Spire, and BabySwiss is not getting a Spire. BabySwiss is producing more queens, which I'm on board with. Some kind of anti-air is going to get the work done here for sure. But on the other side of it, the battle cruisers are going to win battles. 3 BCs against 5 queens. Okay, finally does toss up a Spire. That's going to be an issue. We're getting the Cyclone speed boost here. Spire coming in, Lurker Den, and an Infestation Pit. All right, 81 to 60 workers. Massive income advantage right now from BabySwiss. Big time fan of that out of him. Getting a burrow. Any sign of a 4th base, maybe? Yeah, you can just 4th base here. Rich Vespine Geyser. No need to go outside for your first 4 bases, I guess. That's exactly what the Terran player is working on here. All right. What do we got? Is everything okay? Creep spread looking fine. Inject's kind of a little bit lacking because it's 10 queens and they're all kind of trying to play defense with hydras against any more battle cruisers that end up showing up. A lot of turrets coming in, I guess, to deal with mutas that might be on the way. This is a lot of turrets. I guess corruptors can fly in and caustic spray down your planetary, but not if there are a bunch of turrets here. So I guess maybe SilverLeaf is trying to forestall that potential outcome. BabySwiss going through more mineral fields over here. It's not a lot of minerals on these patches. It's only 7. It's 1 trip, and then you can expand up here. So BabySwiss is handling it well. SilverLeaf is choosing not to handle it at all. He's decided he's not going to expand to these edges. He's going to get 4 bases here. We'll see if he goes anything beyond that. Widow Mines at the front. Widow Mines so good at this level of StarCraft. Insanely good at this level of StarCraft. But BabySwiss is maxed out at 10 minutes, guys. The macro up from him is insanely impressive right now, considering, I want to say, I mean, not in college yet. I know that about BabySwiss. So, these Hellions are in trouble against a Roach Hydra comp. The anti-air against these battle cruisers is not particularly great. I love this kiting maneuver. Just absolutely. Oh, you didn't need to run from those Hydras. I really don't think you did. Widow Mines hitting Overseers running into the missile turrets there, too. Battle cruisers, I think, can kind of just beat this. What is that? That's like 13 Hydras? No, 13 Hydras can't defeat 3 battle cruisers. Not even close. Maybe with a little queen support they can. But I think at some point you need corruptors here. More battle cruisers from our Terran would be nice. He's at 78 workers. The rich Vespene gas is working for him. He probably needs another base by this point, either to the right side or the left side. We'll see what he decides to do with that. High-sec auto tracking coming in. 2-2 for his mech. He already got building armor like at minute 6 for some reason, which is hilarious. And yeah, lurkers. Yeah, good. The ground army is not a problem for Swiss right now. Right? Roach Hydra lurker will handle everything that's going on. Blue Flame Hellions are not going to do anything about this whatsoever. It's the battle cruisers. Okay, I guess siege tanks that are a bit of a problem here as well. BabySwiss knocking down more rocks. Not burrowing the lurkers to help with this. Totally scanned out by SilverLeaf. Decides to swing up this right side, not attack up this ramp. That is hard-walled, and there are tanks sitting behind it. Smart stuff. Gonna knock down more rocks. Again, just further increasing what we're looking at here. Just more pathways being open. And yeah, BabySwiss maxed up, getting a couple of Vipers. Okay. We like a couple of Vipers in this game. No, we were big fans of Vipers. All right, like I said, the battle cruisers are a problem. So Yamato's down a couple of the lurkers here. Battle cruisers fighting, taking some hits from that mass group of Hydralisks. 18 of them do exist. Okay, lurkers getting outranged massively by these battle cruisers as they do. No range upgrade on those guys at all. The Hydras getting dragged into tank fire is not what they want at all. BabySwiss is expanding 2 more times up the top side. Ooh, the Viper goes down. That was a really tough rally. This battle cruiser micro is really not bad. He did lose one of the BCs. It looks like 2 of the Hydralisks here. Not ideal. Sucking off some energy on that extractor is our 1 Viper that survived to the front. Battle cruisers jump. They jumped somewhere. Where the heck did they go? Just over here to kill an Overlord. I mean, it seems like not the greatest use of a jump, but whatever. So BabySwiss, this base. Not saturating either of them at all at this stage. He's got the Rich Vespene Geyser base to saturate too, but 83 workers is about as many as you want. Like 90 workers is probably too much, no matter what version of StarCraft you're playing, right? So we'll see. I mean, getting seismic spines would be incredible because if you're making lurkers, getting adaptive talents and seismic spines is awesome. Getting adrenal for your lings would also be very good here. Like, these are hive level upgrades that BabySwiss is leaving on the table and is not using them. Finally fires up adrenal, works on more upgrades for the ground carapace. BabySwiss pretty good at knocking down rocks, but guess what? SilverLeaf is too. So he comes over, saturates this base. Terran looking pretty strong. This is fairly undefended. I guess there are a couple lurkers coming up this way, but yeah, you could plop down a couple lurkers here with seismic spines and burn this thing down pretty quickly. I know there's a tank here, but one tank can't kill those lurkers fast enough. Yeah, I don't know if BabySwiss forgot about the lurker upgrades. You can only get them when you have a hive, so that is a little bit weird. You make the lurker den, you have lurkers, and then when you upgrade to a hive, all new upgrades open up for you, which is weird. And it's not exactly intuitive when you are playing as a Zerg player. So maybe we'll get him, maybe we won't. Again, the lurker count's a little bit too heavy not to have seismic spines, I would say, but there's time yet in this game. Advanced ballistics getting fired up. This left side base of BabySwiss that I don't think got saturated at all is destroyed. And SilverLeaf is on a rampage here. Unsieged tanks, Thors, battle cruisers. Siege is up the tanks. What are we doing with the Vipers? Blinding Cloud over a lot of this mech. Roaches and Hydras trying to fight this thing. The Blinding Cloud does not last forever, and there it is. It wears off. Battle Cruiser taking a lot of hits from those Hydras, but bam, 28 kills on that BC. Every Hydra is dead. It's 121.86 army supply. BabySwiss remaxing on Hydras, Roaches, and Lings with the Crackling upgrade. And no +1 attack yet. He is working on it, however. So he's got an army value advantage here, but losing this base is a problem. These tanks do have +2 attack, and that hatchery dies very quickly. Vipers come in again. Nice blinding clouds again, allowing time for the Roaches and Lings to jump on these tanks. Beautiful placement on those. Tank count wiped, knocked down to 12. Which is still a pretty big number of siege tanks, but nothing up here, right? Where are they? The 12 tanks are basically coming out of the factories now. So BabySwiss loses a couple of bases, avenges it by killing a lot of mech. Resources lost 17,000 to 10,000. BabySwiss still has a lot less here, a lot more resources lost. Taking this base would be cool. I mean, you're pretty good on minerals, but you could use some rich Vespian gas, or saturating the gases at this base would be nice too. It's all good, whatever. Doing what you can. Working on further upgrades? No. Not so much working on the seismic spines. Still, I think it would be nice to have. You still can't outrange the tanks, but it's really good against things like Thors and Hellions and Planetaries because you do outrange those things. BabySwiss building extractors down here. I don't know if these are like scouting extractors. He's trying to figure out if the Terran player is expanding down this way. Beats me. BabySwiss marching in and trying to jump on this planetary. Enough banelings to get it, probably, but hitting those SCVs, repairing it would be good. No lurkers. Does he have enough DPS? He does have enough DPS to take down that, even with the repair going on. Planetary gets killed. A single Thor responds. These tanks are not even sieged up. They're dying. The Thors against this much Roach Hydra is really going to struggle without tank support, and there is the tank support. So BabySwiss takes a base out. He's killed a planetary now. He's killed the army of SilverLeaf a couple times. These bases down the right side are starting to get mined out. Transferring up to this base would be a good move, but again, you're trying to deal with a million things right now. So BabySwiss, his answer to mech here is Blinding Cloud, Roach, Hydra, Lurker. I like it. I think it's a good thing. I'm not sure actually if lurkers are part of the plan right now, and they're not. There are no lurkers on the field. He's making 3 of them, though. I just heard those guys pop. Here they are. So yeah, giving them seismic spines. Okay, still not. That's maybe later. Maybe later we get some seismic spines. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. All right, SilverLeaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases for this Terran. That's a lot of bases for a meching player. Very cost efficient. BabySwiss, the Cracklings, right? The Hydras with good upgrades. Working on +2 for these Lings as well. I think this hatch might just be solely for consuming with. Or consuming from, I guess. Flank attack coming in. He's Blinding Cloud on these Thors. Hydras are fighting against these battle cruisers. Lurkers need to find a place to burrow in. Not in range of a Liberator. Oh, that would not be good. Hydras trying to snipe down the Libs. Trying to take those hits there too. Jumping on in. Beautiful engagement here. I'm not sure there's enough left to kill this Planetary. But they got the Liberators. They fell back. This Lurker's got all of 2 kills. That +2 is finishing up here. More Banelings getting fired up. More Hydras. More Roaches. 9,000 minerals in the bank from BabySwiss and only 900 gas. He needs these extractors. Right, really needs this extractor to be saturated and needs these extractors to be saturated, and these ones they exist, so you need to saturate them too. But really kind of focused on busting in here to this Planetary. Baneling shots, big Baneling hits there all around the outside, and it's enough to take down the Planetary. Good micro from BabySwiss. Didn't just right click on the Planetary, came around the outside of it. Caused some major issues there and took it down. So that's 2 Planetaries busted. SilverLeaf has a bank of his own, 4,000 minerals, 1,400 gas, so not nearly as much mineral count as BabySwiss has. He finally starts saturating the Rich Vespine gas, which this is my favorite visual, I think, in StarCraft 2, is the purple coming off of these workers when they get Rich Vespine gas. It's beautiful. It's so very well done. Cyclone with 5 kills is going to get murdered by Crackling. Block. Hydras make sure the Liberators get the heck out of here. This base being replanted. There's just tanks here, and they're not sieged. Jump on them now. Again, there's tiny little windows where you can jump in on folks. All right, coming in here again. Is there enough by way of Zerg to crush this? There is. Siege tanks going down. Blinding Cloud being used when necessary. More tanks coming up here. This might be a good time for Broodlords, man. I mean, at some point, the tank count gets so high, it's really frustrating to deal with any kind of ground attack from the Zerg. Although, we've got Blinding Cloud being used liberally, and that's good. Right? You can handle tanks if you know how to use Blinding Cloud, which BabySwiss does. He's saturating this gas, thank goodness. He is saturating these 2 gases. Okay, so the gas problems of BabySwiss should go away shortly now. I think he should be okay on gas. He's still got 8,000 minerals in the bank. He's still not getting Seismic Spines. I don't think we're going to get Seismic Spines by the end of this game, if I had to guess where we are with this whole thing. But yeah, more and more lurkers coming in. They're not getting the benefit of that range or that fast burrow with the Adaptive Talons upgrade. So 2 things to work on here for BabySwiss would be getting those upgrades. But this is a November replay, so BabySwiss probably watched this replay back and was like, oh yeah, I forgot about those upgrades. Hard to remember everything you need to do in a game of StarCraft, I always say. Good Blinding Cloud there. No more Blinding Clouds. This backline of tanks is getting mean. And yeah, this is actually not going to go well for BabySwiss at all. The Vipers fly in there, and they get wiped out by missile turrets. And yes, these Hydras actually, surprisingly, going to kill every one of these tanks, but not going to take down the double planetary by themselves. So tank count, bam, knocked down to 2. He has killed 48 siege tanks today. That is a lot of siege tanks to kill. These lurkers, once again, range is good. Liberators set up, deny this base from all sorts of mining. Shut that thing down immediately. That's not great. BabySwiss down to 59 workers. Not that, you know, he needs that much more than what he's got. I think it's totally acceptable. 48 lings coming in. Okay, Liberators set up. Lurkers burrow in. Is there enough? Liberators are wiping out these lurkers very, very well. Got to get out of those circles of doom if you can. That's a lot of blue flame Hellion there, too. You want some Banelings for that action. Some Roaches, maybe. But the siege tanks are kind of the answer to both of those things a little bit, right? This game is crazy. Okay, sieging up on the high ground here. This base is pretty well mined out. There's not a lot going on. These Lings running into this blue flame. Pretty good against Hydra's too, blue flame Hellbats. Bonus versus light means bonus versus those guys. Now, not bonus versus Ravager. Right? Ravagers are neither light nor armored. They're kind of in the middle that way. But, so they do pretty well against these Hellbats, the good range and the good damage, especially with that +3 attack that he's rolling with and the +3 armor. So this hatch is going to die. Liberators, 0 kills on these Liberators. Just kind of hanging out, just making sure any drones coming up there are going to have a bad time. BabySwiss making 74 Lings, 11 Roaches, 11 Hydras. Corrosive Biles, bam, 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 taking down that Liberator. Corrosive Biles can get this one too. Probably some Corruptors at this stage of the game would be nice. Or Abducts on them would be good too. Another hatch is killed. How many hatches have died? This is the 4th? 4 hatcheries killed here. But yeah, some Corruptors just to fly in and get rid of these Liberators. You don't have to try to Corrosive Bile them down. You don't have to try to bring Hydras all up in there and take a ton of shots. That's not a good thing to do either. Right. So, hatch down. Tanks on a bit of a rampage here. Going to go ahead and try to land this command center. Creep will recede at a decent amount of time. Should be able to land it here. Oh, this small group of mech just gets absolutely overrun by the majority of BabySwiss's mech here. Yeah, Hellbats do get a couple volleys off. A lot of Lings get barbecued, but then they die. This tank dies. 147 to 127 supply. Is there enough to get in here and take this space down? That'd be pretty good. Killing this one with the double planetary would also be very nice. BabySwiss falling back a little bit. Vipers probably need to get some energy off. He's going to try to deal with this army again. Corruptors would be worth their weight in gold right here. Trying to deal with these Liberators with advanced ballistics. These circles are so far out of range. Both Hydras and Ravagers really hate engaging with that. This is a pretty fun animation too, though. Look how just, yes, appropriately gross it is for Zerg. Abduct, maybe? Blinding Cloud gets tossed down. The tanks move out. Hydras just kind of wander on through. Wipe out those Liberators. No biggie. We're just going to... Yes, some Liberator shots will go down. There's an Abduct and an Abduct. Excellent. And there we go. Liberator count completely wiped out. 105 supply from SilverLeaf. Forcing a liftoff on that command center. These Hydras with +3 should be able to burn it down and kill it, and they do. That is 2 planetaries and a command center killed so far by BabySwiss. SilverLeaf is mining out, dude. I'm really struggling with the name. SilverLeaf. 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 It's silver time on Crimson Court. Both players trying to take the base at the same time is always very funny to see as we get the shadows. And these drones are going to wander into a situation where they're like, wait, what? How are we? This is not supposed to be happening at all. Woof. Yeah. Army value 111 to 92. BabySwiss down to 37 drones. Not great. Still has a pretty decent bank he's rolling with. I still think some Corruptors would be awesome. If he loses this game, I want to put it to Corruptors and Lurker upgrades. Those two things need to work on. But every time there's an army, he pretty much crushes it. These Vipers, yeah, A-moving through missile turrets and, like, Thor stuff is not good. Vipers are not cheap. You have to get in there. Oh, boy. You got to get in there, get your Blinding Cloud off, and get out of there. You really can't just hang around and let the anti-air murder your dudes. Yeah, this base from SilverLeaf goes down. Is there enough by way of siege tank to deal with this? Kind of. Okay, firing up 42 Lings. They do have 3-3 and Adrenal, making them fully and completely cracklings. Wonderful stuff. And walking into siege tanks. Ow, 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 ow. Grosabile takes down a decent chunk of them, but army value is 61 to 29. Dealing with mech is so hard as Zerg. Incredibly difficult. So, honestly, Broodlords here would be great. You have a hive, just upgrade your spire to a greater spire. Corruptors and Broodlords together here would do pretty well, right? Corruptors for the Liberators, Broodlords for the tanks. And yeah, it would be fantastic. I fear BabySwiss is losing this game right now. He is firing up, oh my gosh, more barbecue drones. Is firing up some Hydras. The ground army of tanks does get destroyed here by these Lings. They're not going to fight against these Blue Flame Hellions, though, and they don't. So now how do we deal with the Liberators, right? I mean, once the hatch is down, a counterattack on the other side. This is getting tight. This is becoming a very, very tight situation. Is there enough by way of, no, Lings to make that happen? Definitely not. Hydra's up, 79 to 88 army supply. Being down in army supply to a Terran meching army is really bad. Terran army in general is really bad. So these Hydras with +3 attack just hit like absolute trucks. Now the Hellbats come in, and again, ow, that Blue Flame upgrade is very good against Hydras. They are light units. Light, 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 light. Mining out everywhere. Unfortunately, is BabySwiss. This base was important, and it's gone. Trying to rebuild that hatch. What a barn burner this is, though. Ooh, free Hellbats are good. I'm okay with getting free Hellbats if you're a Zerg player in this situation. But yeah, Terran's down here mining. Terran's looking at expanding up here. Yep. Very nice. This base still exists. Terran has taken over the, oh man, the income advantage right away from BabySwiss. And I really think part of this is trying to go Roach Ravager against a lot of siege tanks, right? Just add some Corruptors into the mix, go some Broodlords. These Roaches just aren't providing a lot of value. I mean, yes, against Hellions, sure. Definitely against Hellions, but against anything else, they're not doing super hot. Oh, drawing him down into the tank fire there. Hellbat transformation is so fast. He's got that transformation servos upgrade right there. Allows you to transform your Hellions really fast, your tanks really fast, your Thors really fast. It's very, very cool. 107 to 72 army supply. SilverLeaf's macro has been very good today. He's been spending his money as soon as he gets it. That's a ginormous army. That's another dead hat. Zerg player out of position to do it. That's a cancel. I think BabySwiss might be done. I don't think Roach Hydra is quite the right answer here. Siege tanks with +3 getting major hits off on these Hydras. Blue Flame roasting up. No, he does get through them. Ooh, that one tank died. The second tank wasn't enough to do it by himself. BabySwiss down to 1,800 minerals. SilverLeaf is at 187, so he's not exactly killing it on total worker count right now. There we go. Now the mules get tossed down. And, okay, you can't actually oversaturate these bases anymore. Several patches ago, they made it so that only one mule could be active on any one mineral patch at the same time. It used to be infinite mules could be infinite on a single mineral patch at the same time, and then players would just, late game, would just, like, get a base, throw down, like, 37 mules on it, and then mine it out in 47 seconds. And it was too good. So now, if you have more mules than mineral patches, they are going to do some bouncing around and waiting their turn, and it's not a good use of mules. That said, right, it's helping him get his mineral count up here. It's helping him fund these tanks and this planetary upgrade he's working on, too. I guess over here, yeah, that's the planetary upgrade he's been working on there. Absolutely, positively. All right, Hellbats, tanks, high grounding it, defending. This base is defended by siege tanks. This base defended by high ground siege tanks and Hellbats and more siege tanks. I don't know how BabySwiss breaks this. Not with the army that he has, which is 24 Hydras and 36 Zerglings and no Banelings at all. Gas bank is gone. Yeah, I think BabySwiss is dead. I mean, really good blinding cloud ability here. But those lings are providing almost no value for you whatsoever. The Hydras need to go. They really need to go. And they don't. The Hellbats are all too happy to just blue flame you in the face, Hydralisks, at least for a little bit. Tanks siege up. Now we engage. Bam! Big hit. Hydra is down. Army value 106 to 26. This is a defunct base that's being killed, so that doesn't really matter. And that's a good game. Well played. Ooh, BabySwiss taps out. SilverLeaf is the winner here in 32 minutes. A hard, tough loss for BabySwiss. But again, major ups, major props to, for sending in a loss. That's fantastic. So what are we looking at? 71,000 to 58,000 resources lost here. SilverLeaf started the game out good with some really cost-efficient Reaper play, right? And then some pretty decent follow-up as well, and just kind of went for there, man. Absolutely great showing from BabySwiss, but SilverLeaf was too good. He just completely reversed this map. He took bases from BabySwiss, took them out of his hands, and when you take a base from an enemy, you're taking their income away and adding to your own. It's really powerfully good. So yeah, resources lost here were a major problem. 10 hatcheries killed. I always say you got to kill 10 hatcheries to take down a Zerg player in a late game of TVZ. It's exactly what SilverLeaf did here. 69 drones died, 64 SCVs. 2 planetaries in the command center went down. The battle cruiser stuff, oh yeah, the battle cruiser stuff was really effective early too. Surprised they didn't keep going for it. But yeah, BabySwiss, corruptors, yes. Upgrades for lurkers, yes. And then maybe abduct a little bit more often too. The blinding cloud was good. It was really good. But a little more abduct play, I think, especially on these tanks would have been really nice. On the Liberators, too. You just take fewer losses if you abduct and kill rather than just kind of moving in and killing, even if Blinding Cloud is active for most of that. So hats off to SilverLeaf. He was in a lot of trouble there for a very long time. He kept losing bases. He kept losing SCVs. But he stuck at it. His macro was insane. He like hardly lost like any momentum there. Never really floated all that many minerals unless he was maxed out. APM is 144 to 174. SilverLeaf had the lower one, but APM isn't everything. So GG, man. What a great bloodbath. Knock him down, drag him out fight. Yeah, just needed more Banelings, fewer Lings, more Corruptors. Maybe some Broodlords would have been awesome. Unless your enemy goes for a lot of Thors, in which case you can tech back into things like the Lings and the Hiders and whatnot. It's kind of a back and forth situation there. So, GG, that's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.